Welcome back to the Vinart and Friends Fantasy Football League YouTube channel. Today we're going to go over my pick'ems. I don't know if you guys are aware, but on our website in Yahoo, you can go and pick. You can take a look at the matchups and pick who you think is going to win. That's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to share with you my pick'ems of the week. So far, so you know, I've gone 6-0 the last 2 weeks, nailing these picks. So take from it what you want. This is who I think is going to win in week 7. The first game we're going to talk about in the pick'em is El Cuñado versus Wall Street Liquors. El Cuñado is in 11th place right now, and Wall Street Window Liquors are in the last place right now. Yahoo has El Cuñado beating Wall Street Window Liquors 120-90, but that's because Wall Street Window Liquors has a couple of their players on a bye and is still on the starting lineup. But I looked at their bench. He really doesn't have much, man. He really doesn't. No Burrow, no Higgins. He's got Mac Jones, who really doesn't really mean anything right now because we don't know if he's going to get benched or not. He's in really, really dire straits right now, and he needs to do something. As for El Cuñado, he's got Stafford, he's got Olave, he's got McCaffrey, who looks like he escaped a serious injury and might actually be able to play next week. El Cuñado needs it because he's been reeling right now. He's 2-4 in 11th place. This is not a spot where he's used to being. So even though Yahoo has El Cuñado winning by 120 and Wall Street Window Liquors by 90, and I know all the teams, the rosters aren't all set up, I've got to go ahead, and my pick of the week is El Cuñado. He's taking this, y'all. There's just too much for Coach Zach to overcome with the buys and the injuries. I just don't think he's going to be able to mend it together in the waiver wire or through trade. El Cuñado is my pick for this game. For the second game, we've got 10th place playoffs versus 7th place assassins. Now, Coach Fuller, you guys heard him on the interview. He's not happy with his team's performance, especially Jahan Dotson. But that's not really his problem. His problem is running backs. He's had this issue the whole season so far, and it's not getting any better this week with Breece Hall, his best running back, on a bye. He does have Lamar Jackson and Purdy, so he's going to be looking for Lamar Jackson to continue his stellar performance of last week, and hoping that that Brock Purdy wakes up from the dud that he gave him last week. I'm sure that's not going to be the case. I'm sure Brock Purdy is going to step up. So I'm hoping for you here, Coach Bruce. But he does have to do a bunch of trades or maybe a couple of changes here and there to actually get his team to perform. As for playoffs, he's got Hurts, he's got Howell, he's got Amari Cooper, he's got Kamara. I mean, he's lacking Pollard and CD Lamb due to buys. But I just think it's too much for Coach Bruce Fuller to pull out and win. As much as I would love Coach Fuller to beat playoffs, I just don't think it's in the cards for him this week. So my pick for this game, week 7, is playoffs. Let's go. For the third game we're going to talk about is Don Francisco in 6th place and Chickenville Chickies in 9th place. Don Francisco has Cousins, Jacobs, Pacheco, Kittle, Barkley, Watson, all great players on his squad that I'm sure are going to step up. As for Chickenville Chickies, he's got Jared Goff, he's got Cooper Kupp, he's got Travis Kelce, he's got Nakua. I mean, both teams are pretty loaded up. This should be a great game. Yahoo has it really close. Actually has Chickenville Chickies winning 160.76 to 156.68. Extremely close. Some of the players that are going to have to step up are the players that I mentioned here. Chickenville Chickies has been reeling lately because they lost Anthony Richardson. He's also got James Conner on the bench, but he's been able to put some stuff together and put up some really good performances. Last week, he put up over 204 points, but still lost the game. So right now, it's a toss-up, to be honest with you. But my choice, My team, I just got a hunch about this team. Even though they got a lot of injuries and some bye issue problems, I think that Don Francisco will take this win for week 7. So there it is. Put it in the books. Don Francisco will beat the Chickenville Chickies in week 7. For the next matchup, another close one. We've got Supreme Team in 2nd place versus Indy 500, who's in 4th place. Now, Yahoo has this 168.14 for Supreme Team to 170.36 for Indy 500. It's going to be a close one, man. A real close one. Now, Indy 500, Coach Yuri comes in. He's got Ritter. He's got Ridley. He's got DJ Moore. He's got Montgomery, Eckler. I mean, the squad is pretty stacked. And don't forget about Drake London as well, okay? But on the other side, the team that has been scoring the most points in the league, Supreme Team, just to give you an idea, Supreme Team has over 100 more points than the second highest player behind them. 100 more fantasy points. It's tough to beat this team. I'm telling you, you got to play defense. Okay? Who do they have? Supreme Team has Herbert, Keenan Allen. That connection right there has been money all season long. Oh, and if that's not enough, he also has A.J. Brown, who's been killing it after the first 2 weeks of the month. He's got Oluokun, this defensive player who's constantly putting up quarterback numbers, and I'm sure he's going to be leaning on these players to step up this week and give him another W. He does have Russell Wilson, who let him down last week, but he just needs to let Russ cook, and who knows what could happen. It's going to be a tough matchup, I got to tell you. And I am a little worried that Coach Yuri is starting Daniel Jones. I'm starting him in another league as well because I kind of have to. And in our league, there is no real good quarterbacks left since we are a super flex. But I am a little bit worried about that. I am a little bit worried about that for him. So after a little bit of hemming and hawing and just thinking, looking at all the numbers and all the players, I wanted to go with Indy 500 on here, but I just cannot go against the Supreme Team, man. This team is insane. It's going to be close, but this team just pulls it out of their ass all day long. I'm going for Supreme Team to beat Indy 500 in week 7. Next matchup we're going to talk about, it's one that is not going to be so close. We've got Steel City in 8th place going up against Alabama Black Snakes in 5th place. And Yahoo has this projected at 107.06 for Steel City to 181.09 for Alabama Black Snakes. Now, full disclosure, Steel City has about 3 or 4 players that are on the bye that he still has on his starting roster. So I know that that lineup is not going to look the same. But I just don't think that with those 4 players that he's missing, there's no way he's going to be able to make up 80-something points just from players on his bench or on the waiver wire. It's going to be a tough sledding for him this week. Who does Steel City have that he can depend on? He's got Josh Allen. He's got Devontae Adams. He's got Waddle. But unfortunately, he's got no Derrick Henry. He's got no Dak. He's got no Parsons and no Kevin Byard, who's been giving him points left and right. I mean, he's going to have to probably start Baker Mayfield, and who knows? He's like a box of chocolates. You just don't know what you're going to get with Baker. As for Alabama Black Snakes, he's got Tua, he's got Brendan Ayuk, he's got Swift, Kenneth Walker, Raheem Mostert. I mean, the list just goes on and on. Geno Smith, who had a bad week last week, but I'm sure that's not him. He's going to bounce back this week. Man, listen. This is going to be a good game for Alabama Black Snakes. It looks like he just caught Steel City on the right week when he's most vulnerable with his bye weeks and injuries. And, well, there's nothing more to say. My pick for this matchup for week 7 is Alabama Black Snakes, baby. It's just going to be too much for Coach Wade in Steel City to be able to overcome. Book it now. Put it in the books. Alabama Black Snakes takes this one. For the next matchup, last but certainly not least, is my matchup. 2-minute drilling your mom versus almost no McNally's. Yahoo has this at 171.85 for 2-minute drilling your mom to 163.80. So obviously Yahoo thinks this is going to be close. I'm here to tell you it ain't. He is dead. He's beat. All right? I'm taking the old man. I'm smashing his head, smashing him, stabbing, smashing, grabbing, flashing. That's what I'm doing to him. Okay? He doesn't stand a chance. He's dead. Done. Dead. Who does he have? He's got Tyreek Hill. He's got Christian Kirk. He's got Trevor Lawrence, who seems to maybe not have injured his knee as bad as originally thought, and he actually has a chance to start on Thursday. I'm hoping he doesn't, but even if he does, I'm waxing that ass, and not the way he likes it. Who's gonna need to step up for almost no McNally? Derek Carr. He's been, coach has been heard not really happy with his performance, so he's gonna need him to step up, as well as Debo. Debo got hurt last week with a shoulder injury that he re-injured from previous weeks. So I don't know if he's going to be able to start or not. He needs him to step up. He also has Moss starting in his running back spot. But I think this is the third week that Taylor is back into the game. I don't know if Moss is going to get any burn. He needs him to step up. As for my guys, listen, as long as Mahomes does Mahomes things, Diggs does Diggs things, Etienne does Etienne things, I'm gonna be all right. I do need some players to step up because I got a couple of good guys that are on a bye, like Garrett Wilson and Jamar Chase. So I'm gonna need Taylor to step it up. I'm gonna need Kyle Pitts. I'm giving him a shot over Logan Thomas for this week, and I need Rachaad White. I need Rachaad White to do what I thought he was going to be able to do at the beginning of the season. He hasn't done it. I think only 1 week so far he's done it. I need him to step up. And I also need Jordan Love. After a bye week and a game that he had that did not look that great, I need him to come together with his team and just absolutely kill it so that I can take my victory and get my free Boca Chica platter lunch that we have on this game. That's right. We have a platter lunch on this game, and I need it in my life. And everybody knows everything tastes better when it's free. So let's freaking go. My pick for this week versus the almost no McNally is 2 minutes drilling your mom. Thanks for joining me. Just wanted to do this real quick, boys. Hope you enjoy your day, and I'll see you this Sunday at the Battle Zone. Peace.